Yo, what's happening, everybody? It's your boy Bolo, and I'm coming to you with another video for educational purposes only. Today, I'm gonna pose the question: is the manosphere finally gonna be over with? Is it finally run its course? And I certainly hope so. I feel like guys have gotten a little too invested in these creators' lives. I don't watch a lot of this myself, especially like full podcasts. Hell fucking no. I'll catch little shorts here or there. You know, it'll come across my feed either on YouTube or Instagram. But guys are a little too invested in this. They start calling in and interrogating people like Fresh about every move they make. And I was watching the stream and you did this and I don't agree with that and da 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 da. I think it's gone too far, and I think guys need to take the good information that has been presented and actually execute. This is supposed to be a self-help kind of thing for men to reach their next level, reach their potential, and all it's become is trashy TV for men, if we're gonna be quite honest. It's basically the Kardashian shows, the Housewives of New York or whatever. This is that for men. And a lot of you are just getting a little too invested in it. I just can't, I need this shit to die out so we can, you know, reset everything. And I'm hoping guys will take this information and, you know, clean up their act, because as men, you're only as strong as your weakest link. You can have all your top tier guys and super strong morally and all this other stuff, but if you have a couple bad apples, that's all it takes to keep things out of whack. So we need to really, you know, keep each other in check. But let's watch this little clip. This No Fugazi dude, he's basically a Myron clone, does his own podcast where he's talking to women and saying, you know, I'm a alpha male and the top tier and you're a modern woman and blah blah blah, you know, the whole deal. But he's about to get told by this lady.
Modern day women just don't qualify for the top tier men, and that is the truth.
Do you believe you're a top tier man? By what standard?
I'm 6'4", only about what, 8% of the entire world is
6'4", Hose is going crazy for 6'4". That's not a lie. He ain't lying on that
6'4". I make well over 100K a year, and I'm black at that if you add that on. So just if
that the black thing is the only thing that is very subjective. But if you're making over 100K and you're 6'4", you're gonna get at least an opportunity with a lot of women. Now the black thing, it depends. You know, if you're in a bigger city, the women are a lot more open to dating outside their race, but, you know, that shit ain't gonna fly everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
we're speaking about those figures, the things that women are attracted to, no, I'm not gonna toot my own horn, but I'll let you do the math.
Hunter, before we go, what's your math saying?
The conversation and the words that are coming out of the mouth of someone like you, I would never consider top tier. A top tier man is also a man that is extreme.
Also, so that means he's 6'4" and making 100K.
Extremely desirable by way of his character.
I agree with that. Character is a very big thing. But I think that's with everyone. Guy, girl, your character says a lot about you, and it can honestly make or break relationships, not just like sexual, but platonic, work, things like that. If you have a good, high moral character, it'll open more doors for you. I can tell you that, like, personally. Just me being a good, honest person has opened doors for me.
A top tier man is a man who displays a certain level of intellect that allows him to consider other people. A top tier man, they lead with love, not...
I mean, this sounds good. I would say not being a dictator, but leading with love, I mean, that's kind of vague. Like, is it like, oh, baby, like that kind of love, or is it just not being an asshole? Like, it sounds nice, but it's not a very good descriptor, if we're gonna be honest. It just sounds good. But I would agree, not being a dictator, because no one likes that. Dictators get overthrown. Dictators don't last a long time.
With dictatorship, right? They don't want to control their woman. They want to gently lead their woman. A top tier man.
I would agree with that as well. No one likes to be controlled. No one likes to be told, you can't do this. You better do that. You need to do that now. No one likes that. if someone even decides to put up with it, it's not gonna last long. They're gonna be scheming on you. And depending on that kind of female, she might be scheming on your life, or she might just be scheming to get up out of there. But that doesn't last long either. So I'm gonna have to agree with her on that too.
Creates space for a woman to feel good about herself.
Agreed.
A top-tier man supports the dreams and the ideas of a woman. A top-tier man
Agreed.
prioritizes a woman.
No. That's where you lose me. Because if you prioritize the woman, you're gonna lose sight of everything else. It does not mean that she's not high on your list of prioritization, but she cannot be number one. Because now you've put too much stock, you've put too much power into that individual. They can make or break you, and you do not want to do that. And you have other purpose as a man. You have your career. You have your, you have to make your money. You have to keep yourself fit. There's a lot of things that you have to do in order to even keep her interested in you. So no, you do not prioritize her. She can be high on the list, but she can never be number one. Because if she decides at any point that she's not with the dynamic anymore, you are a broken man.
Top-tier man is in leadership and working as hard as he is to give the woman the life of her dream.
First off, that don't even make sense. So you're gonna prioritize her and her dream, but you are also simultaneously at the same time supposed to be successful enough, maintaining the success to give her the life of her dreams. You can't do both. Either she's supporting you into accomplishing what you need to do so she can, or you're gonna support her in her endeavors to accomplish those things, to provide that life for both of you, which I think is the wrong way to go. You can support her and say, babe, yeah, that's a good idea. Boom, boom, boom. Maybe throw her some money to fund her hair salon if that's what she wants to do. But you cannot prioritize that. Like she said, prioritize her and her dreams, but also outperform her successfully. And when it comes to success, because if at any point she outperforms you, most will start looking elsewhere. That's the truth. If they start feeling like they're better than you, then they're gonna feel like they deserve better than you. Okay? So no, you cannot prioritize her. You can assist her and say, babe, okay, I got you. That's a good idea. Okay, let's open that here. Let's do that, blah, blah, blah. But you need to prioritize what you got going on first and foremost. So she was good. I'm gonna still give her the W here, but she lost me once she got into the narcissistic delusion of he needs to prioritize you and you're above everything and all that stuff. But also at the same time, he still needs to be on top of his stuff. You can't do both. You can't serve two masters. It doesn't work.
All that stuff that you just said, that was just womanese talk.
Womanese is also 6'4", black, attractive. I don't know too many women in my circle who desire a 6'4" man still wearing braids.
I mean, that's funny, the whole braids thing, but there's a lot of dudes in the NBA 6'4", braids, dumb as fuck, and they pulling you and your friends. All right, so let's be clear about that. The whole intellect thing, I think it depends in the circle that you're in. If you're in an athletic circle, I don't think intellect is a priority. I don't think people saying, well, he's not the smartest. I don't know if I could deal with that. They'll overlook that. You're in the sports world. You're with a bunch of jocks. Now, if you're in MIT, your intellect will go a long way. Will your athletic ability, will you being 6'5" be a huge, a deal breaker? Absolutely not. Because guys in MIT, most of them are going to be like average height. Maybe get a couple guys in the low 6 foot. And they will definitely have an advantage, but it's not going to be a deal breaker, so. But yeah, that's my thoughts. But let me know, do you think that this shit is starting to become a dead fad? This guy got also exposed for dating a single mom, which they all say don't do that. But let me know what your thoughts on the comments below. I personally think they both kind of were saying some things that were right and some things that were wrong. But let me know what your thoughts are. I'm out.